Hello, race fans, and welcome to another edition of In the Throttle. Not just any edition of In the Throttle, the mid-season update. After 14 races, we've got some big highlights to show you, and some more of the latest news in the world of Three Rivers RC. First off, the points lead. Excuse me. You have Steve Brown. That team has just picked up where they left off in the 2012 season. Excuse me. They have a total of 131 points. Bill Steinbach trailing him in second with 125 points. And then Chad Limburner. Unfortunately for this team, they're also picking up where they left off in 2012 with only 122 points. 9 points behind Steve Brown, who happens to be the points leader. Now, Chad, they have had some major strides in this season. That they had 4 consecutive second-place finishes. And Steve Brown has the most consecutive wins with 3. Bill Steinbach, they've had some highs and lows. You know, they won at one of the rain events at Moon Speedway. They also won the first race at the Moon Speedway road course, which is where we're heading to. So we'll see if that can maybe give them some confidence heading into the second half of this season. Because this team has really, they've tried everything. I mean, as you can see right here, as their controller, they took the antenna from a Ford Thunderbird Super Coupe and modified it to fit their RC remote controller. Their antenna unfortunately broke, so this was the best solution they could have, but it does give them better reception to some of the tracks where they're farther away, as per se a road course or Shipping Raceway Park, and especially the Super Speedway. Also, their car, if you checked out the last race at Moon Speedway, they ran a Ford Mustang body. This was really just a big science experiment. They're really looking to try to get some momentum building up for this season. Like I said, though, that Moon Speedway road course win, Bill has often called that track his favorite racetrack, so we'll see if that can be the spark that lights the fire for the rest of this season, and to see if they can make a push for the championship fight against Steve Brown. Now I'm going to go over to Chad Limburner for some quick updates on the other latest news in the world of Three Rivers RC. But Chad, first off, I have to ask you, are you excited to be here?
Not at all, not at all. I do want to say that Bill Steinbach did choose to run the Mustang body for that event 2 races ago due to the fact that the shock absorber in his car actually broke on the front end of it. It continually falls off and he has to put it back on. Running the bigger body covered the wheel well a little more, covered that axle a little bit, and helped to keep that from coming off during a wreck or when hitting the wall, or sometimes just during normal racing. So that helped a lot, and actually they're looking into a way to permanently fix that without having to buy a new shock, and it looks like they are having some success because each consecutive practice, event, and race, it seems to be coming out a lot less. Obviously, we are looking ahead to 2014 already, trying to make a little bit of points changes. We're looking into a new rules package and a new points package that will allow drivers to gain points for winning qualifying, winning the heat race possibly, and we're also looking at eliminated cautions in the end of the races, just to make it a lot more interesting and not have constant green-white checkers in which a restart ultimately determines the finish. We want to eliminate cautions within the last 5 laps of a race. These are exploratory options. We aren't going to announce anything major right now, but we are looking into that for the 2014 season and passing off our ideas to the sanctioning body.
You know, I'm just looking right here at the points, and to see where Steve Brown, this team has really been on fire throughout this year. And but like we said, a stat that is really not talked about all that often is that every year since 2011, the points leader after 10 races did not win the championship. But in every year of Three Rivers RC, no matter the points, no matter the number of races, the eventual champion has won 13 races. Well, we're all out of time here in the Three Rivers RC Racing Studio. So stay tuned for another edition of In the Throttle down the road, and along with more great racing action.